You mentioned that this portion of your stage name, the cocaine part, isn't a literal drug reference. But when it comes to cocaine zooming out, have you ever experimented with that?
Hell nah. Everybody asks me that shit, bro. Everybody, bro. I knew you were gonna ask me that shit.
And why not? What's your reasoning to not touch or experiment with that drug? Because there are some in the audience that have.
I mean, shoot, whatever floats your boat or find your remote. You feel me? It's just not my cup of tea. I actually I'm drug free, bro. I ain't even smoked weed in like 10 years. Like, I don't really condone or I've just never thought about
So you haven't smoked weed in 10 years, but you are pictured, I think it was circa 2021,
Right.
in a photo with Lil Xan with a pill on your tongue, which can be found on your Instagram.
Yeah, so actually, that was my first time ever doing a Xanax. Yeah, he gave me. Yeah. We were at a party in somewhere in LA or whatever, and shit, goddamn, why not do a Xan with Lil Xan? You feel me?
And whose idea was that?
I'd rather not say. Yeah.
Okay, now that was 2021, but previously you mentioned that it's been like 10 years since you smoked cannabis. So at this point, when's the last time you've physically done any drug? Was it that
Yeah.
Xanax in
I actually
2021?
forgot. Yeah, probably 2021.
Now, you've never experimented with cocaine itself,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
but are you familiar with the phrase pink cocaine by any
That's a
chance?
fact. Yeah, 2CB.
Now, at what point did you get hip to that?
Being in LA, shit, I knew about that shit damn near like 6, 7 years ago.
So when it was mentioned in this Diddy lawsuit, that was nothing new for you.
Hell nah.
Just curious there. And never experimented with that either.
Nah, hell nah. Fuck no.
And is that when you would see it? Would just be at parties?
Yeah. I think I party with Chris Brown, fucking people, Charlie Sheen, Lonzo Ball. Like, I'm known for throwing parties in LA, like my mansion parties and shit. Like, but hell nah. Like, you just see that shit everywhere. Motherfuckers got it in the front form of a pop, like a sucker. Like, yeah, this is just like what motherfuckers be been doing and probably will always do type shit. They like designer drugs and shit there. You feel me?
Now, you mentioned a few names. Were you just saying that these names had attended your parties, or you've attended parties with these people?
They came to my parties. I've been to their parties. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Have any of those names you just mentioned partaked with pink cocaine?
Hell nah. I ain't never seen them do it, but you know, when you around like CB, Chris Brown's, you got 100 females there, 200 females there. You know, you might see a female do this, that, and the third, and shit. They do what they do. They grown. You know what I mean?
And you never experimented with that. Is that the same answer that you provided why you never experimented with cocaine itself?
I'm not really a inquisitive person. I go what I know, what I can prove. You know what I'm saying? So I can prove that drugs is bad for you based off the relationship me and my mom have. So just never thought about doing it because it's just I know what will do. You know what I mean? What it'll do.